Children returning to in-person classes are also resuming arts education and training. Research shows a clear link between arts courses like music, dance, and drama and improved academic performance and emotional well-being. But arts programs are often the first to be cut during financial shortfalls. And researchers say African Americans and Hispanic students have less than half the access to arts education than their white peers. CBS Saturday Morning co-host Michelle Miller spoke to returning students in New York City about what arts mean to them. Michelle, good morning.
Good morning. It means a lot. For more than 50 years, the Harlem School of the Arts has reached children ages 3 to 25 through arts, education, and community programs. While HSA has become a gateway for local talent to reach the world's biggest stages, boasting alumni like star Lenny Kravitz, the rock star and Joker actress Zazie Beetz, its core mission is to offer equity and empowerment for young people.
My name is Kendall McDowell, and I'm 16 years old. I am an overachiever. I take 4 AP classes. I had 100 average throughout the whole year. Coming back to HSA was like a whole new experience because training in a at-home space it's not the same.
My name is Alexander Bello, and I'm 12 years old. I'm an actor, I'm a singer, I'm a gymnast, I play piano, and I'm learning to play the guitar. It was a really weird year because after just doing a movie, doing a Broadway show, doing this, doing that, all of a sudden I had nothing to do.
I actually took it pretty hard, and once everything stopped, I kind of myself just stopped.
As last year's pandemic took center stage, students at the Harlem School of the Arts have waited in the wings.
New York City for children was really, really hard. They don't want you just outside in the streets. They were at home for months.
HSA President Eric Pryor says it's a space to heal after a year of isolation.
Coming back, it was just like a relief valve. You could just see on their faces just what it meant to them. I tell people all the time, you don't have a student do math because they're going to be a mathematician. You know that it's core in their life. And I think the arts is the same way.
So why, knowing that,
right,
do we continuously underfund the arts in public education?
If you go in schools in affluent communities, there's no shortage of arts, ever. Unfortunately, it becomes, a decision where certain people are just less valued, and so those things are left out.
But in those communities, the next Bach, Beethoven, or Einstein could be.
Yeah, doesn't he have to be an artist? You're very correct. And that's part of why Ms. Maynard founded this institution.
World-renowned soprano Dorothy Maynard founded the school in the basement of a Harlem church in 1964.
She was the first African-American on the board of the Met Opera. She knew excellence and beauty existed in this community. And when you're singing in a choir together, it just becomes the great equalizer.
An oasis of the arts nearly washed away by the financial crisis. HSA was in serious danger of closing.
It was there. They were running out of money that week. April 2nd, 2010, the New York Times ran a major article.
And so somebody read that article.
Somebody read that article.
Is it fun to play?
That someone was legendary jazz musician, producer, and philanthropist Herb Alpert, who found his love of music through his elementary school teacher, who urged him to pick up the trumpet.
I had this reaction because the arts changed my life.
Herb Alpert connected with the children here and realized how many young people here were not going to find their voice in the way that he found his. He had his people reach out. They sent $500,000 to keep it open.
Oh, wow.
He's been here every year since then.
Over the past 10 years, Alpert has donated $17 million to HSA's mission, including $9.5 million for a state-of-the-art renovation.
It's so weird to have an existential crisis about what you're meant to do on the planet when you're 11, but when you can't see your friends, when you can't see anything everything. It kind of forces you to take a deeper look.
The arts is one of the few spaces where you are encouraged to be different, to create things that haven't been done before, to be authentic. In business, they call those people visionaries. And so that's, in my eyes, the beauty of the arts, is that we're creating the next generation of visionary thinkers.
And they sure are. I mean, access is everything, folks. I mean, exposure, and you know, it's like Alex is in Caroline or Change, which is a Broadway musical that's about to open in November. Some of these other kids, you know, Lenny Kravitz. I was reading his biography last summer, and he mentions us HSA. I don't think Eric Pryor even knew that Lenny Kravitz back in the day.
Michelle, so many bravos in that story. Eric Pryor, number one. Number two, not in any order, Herb Albert, and then those kids, little Kendall and Alex, knockouts,
really.
But it's not only about finding the next great artist, it's about building a person. Art is like every other discipline. It needs to be part of your upbringing.
Yeah, shout out to Tina Aguiar. So,
shout out
producer.
Michelle, thank you. We'll be right back.
Shout out to you, Michelle.
Yeah, I was going to say.